What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you pull it up to the video, man. Also, it's Legacy Over Money over here. Shout out to the T-shirt gang, Legacy Over Money Sports Network. Will be dropping pretty soon. Just keep your eyes and your ears out for that. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get right into this one, man, because we're talking about Pat McAfee. Sorry, let me turn this video down. I'm downloading a little video. I don't know if y'all seen that Cat Williams interview, but it's still going crazy to right now at the time of this recording. But anyway, we're talking about Pat McAfee. As we all know that Mr. McAfee recently joined ESPN. Pat McAfee had the unique title of having the biggest independent sports channel on the internet at one point. And I know he signed with, I believe, FanDuel, and he was making some good money over there. But whatever happened with the FanDuel deal, it fell through. And Pat McAfee proceeded to sign a deal that he is currently locked in with ESPN. And on the show, I can't recall if this was yesterday or today, but Pat McAfee had a recent show where he was mid-show. I've never seen anything like this, me personally. I did not watch it live, but I was not aware of what was about to happen when I was actually watching the episode. Y'all know me, man. I got my rotation of guys that I watch, so I try to get to everybody when I get a chance, get to people's topics, get to a lot of videos and stuff while topics are still hot. So I was spinning the block, checking out Pat McAfee's channel. And mid-show, he stops the show and calls out, I believe the guy name is Norby Williamson, ESPN executive, higher up, accuses him mid-show, again, of sabotaging his show, the Pat McAfee show. Saying that Norby was working from the inside, doing whatever he was doing to sabotage the show. This was an accusation from Pat McAfee. What made it very believable for me was that I had never seen anybody call out the bosses in the middle of a show, like I said, in the way that Pat McAfee did. If y'all did not see that clip or, that moment, I implore you to go watch it. But my commentary on the situation is as follows. Pat, what did you think was going to happen? You got in the bed with the snakes and you got bit. Surprise, surprise. And this is what, now I wouldn't categorize myself as one of those that was in Pat McAfee's core audience, per se. I'm more of a casual Pat McAfee fan. He covers a lot of NFL topics, so that's usually what I tune into Pat McAfee for. Also, he has my favorite quarterback, my favorite quarterback all time. Used to play for my Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, the legendary quarterback for the New York Jets at the time of this recording. So, I follow Pat McAfee in that way. As a casual, more football fan, listening to his content per se. But what did you think was going to happen, Pat? Because this is what your core audience was talking about. I can't recall exactly when he signed this deal with ESPN, but this is what his core audience was concerned about. Not only were there concerns surrounding, Pat McAfee being muzzled, because if you've never seen the Pat McAfee show before it was on ESPN, Pat was raw and uncut, to say the least. Definitely didn't fit within the Disney parameters that ESPN has to follow. So, the whole aligning of his show and ESPN just seemed a little off from the jump. But now he feels very strongly that some ESPN exec is sabotaging his show from within. And I just got to say my piece as far as, Pat, what did you think was going to happen? Okay. ESPN is the big wig guys. They are essentially the enemy. Now, I hate to say it like that, but they're on the complete opposite side of what independent content creators do. And it's kind of sad not to see an independent content creator, join their side, but join their side with the expectations of him playing on the same, playing field that you play over here in the independent space, over there with the corporate guys. It's my suspicion, that the ESPN people wanted to bring Pat McAfee in for this reason. Not just capitalize on his audience and the traction that he was getting, but also eliminate him as a competitor. Because, as far as content creation goes and sports consumption goes, not a lot of people are going to the big wigs anymore. We used to go right to the ESPN, go right to the Fox Sports guys, and whoever else was on the TV was on TV at the time. A lot of people used to consume their sports news that way. But there's been a revolution, definitely since the pandemic. And a lot of people have tuned out the lamestream media, so much so that the lamestream guys are running to YouTube and getting podcasts and all that kind of stuff, trying to garnish that same attention that they was getting when, TV was the primary source for sports consumption. No longer is that the case. But unfortunately for Pat McAfee, like I say, man, you're playing on their field. You're playing on their football field. You're playing by their rules. So something like this was bound to happen. It does not shock or surprise me one bit. It did shock me a little bit to see how Pat McAfee addressed the situation. But again, it does not surprise me seeing how things have gone with ESPN over the years. Seeing how their ratings are in the trash dump. And, I would imagine that behind the scenes, there aren't many honorable people making decisions over at ESPN. Because if they were, they would be listening to their core audience or their former core audience, guys like me. You know what I mean? ESPN has gone so far off the rails, it's ridiculous. And I've been trying to enjoy, I've been trying to re-enjoy, I should say, ESPN since Shannon Sharp has been on the show. And I like Shannon Sharp. He annoys me with his LeBron James takes, but for the most part, if he's not talking about LeBron, Shannon is pretty objective. He's pretty, on point with his sports takes. So I'll tune into ESPN a little bit, from time to time for that reason. But again, the lamestream guys, they play by a different set of rules. And Pat McAfee is learning, I guess you want to say, the hard way. Because I've said this in the past, man. There's no way, and I believe it was about the time when Pat McAfee signed a deal with the ESPN. I believe I said this, but there's no way I could sign with the big wigs, man. I just could not. I don't want to. It's not even about the control of the content or anything like that. I just always want the integrity of my content to be there. I want, this is my life passion doing this. And I've always felt like, the ESPNs of the world, the Fox Sports networks of the world, those guys are in this thing for a different reason, and it definitely ain't for the passion or the love of sports. So our business models are totally different in that way. But like I say, I feel bad for Pat playing on their playing field, playing by their rules. This is one of the, ramifications of that. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all on that one. Get back to this Cat Williams interview. Would y'all like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. I thank y'all for the love and support. You know the slogan. Y'all the bosses, only gotta love to work. Let me get back to work. Peace.